Steven Budin is here for Financial Focus, and one of the big headlines that we haven't had a chance to talk about yet as far as money and interest rates here in the United States are concerned, the Federal Reserve hiking up interest rates last week, a big headline on Thursday.
Yep, no surprise. We have been talking about this now, I think, for 11 months. They've been telegraphing this. But on a day-to-day basis, how does it impact our viewers? Really, anybody who has a credit card or an auto loan. I actually, this past weekend, I'm looking to get a car, and I saw the auto loan rates actually have begun to climb up. But anybody with a credit card, you'll have, most of the time, your interest rate is what's called variable, meaning that it'll change. If you look at your credit card statement, there's something called the prime rate, and that's generally the main rate that banks charge each other before they lend out money. Credit card or variable loans will be tied to that. It'll say something like prime plus 3, prime plus 5, or prime plus 1. And most of the banks, as soon as the Fed made the announcement, raised their prime rate from 3.25 to 3.5. So most credit cards and again, short-term auto loans will go up about 0.25%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but over time that adds up. So borrowing costs, for the most part, in the short run, are going to be going up.
Is there any way to mitigate that impact on your credit card statements, for example?
Pay off the bill faster. That's really the main way to do it. But most of the credit card companies, it's an agreement you sign. You could try to change your card, but a lot of them do the same thing.
Just kind of stuck. Okay. Something else that obviously was huge last week and then still is the Star Wars release, and everyone talking about that. But it's really had a lot of impact on our economy and just everyone kind of buying up all those goods associated with Star Wars.
Yes, and I bring this one up because a viewer had pulled me aside over the weekend and talked about Star Wars, and they're actually owned by the Walt Disney Company. The franchise, the Star Wars brand, is owned by Disney. Should I buy the stock or should I invest in it? And I throw this one out there because even though Star Wars, they're expecting over 400 million in ticket sales this weekend alone, that shouldn't be the only reason you buy a stock. So just be careful if you're going to look into something like that. But certainly it shouldn't hurt Disney. But Star Wars in itself, and I think the average person who goes to see Star Wars will see it over 3 times.
Wow.
You don't see that with too many movies very often.
That's true.
Pretty expected home run for Disney. And already I think there's 2 or 3 more sequels planned.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm
Me
excited to see it.
Me neither.
All right, we only have 5 seconds left here, but our last item on Financial Focus, watch out for predictions.
Yeah, I'm going to be off next week, so Happy New Year to everybody. I throw this one out again. Predictions are always tough, so if you're reading financial publications or watching the news and they're asking people to predict what the markets are going to do in 2016, I went back to look at 2014 into 2015, and the predictions were awful, so just be careful.
Be careful, especially into the new year. Happy New Year to you,
Happy New Year to you as well.
All right, that's it for Financial Focus. We'll be right back here on Midday.